And okay, this is the very first session of the Impromptu Phoenix One Coding Ticket Guidance PR Review. I guess Faith was online and she noticed the notification.
Yeah.
And Faith is joining me. Like I was just telling her, I was just planning on playing the Agile Ventures playlist in the background to kind of promote it too, if people want to go to it, listen to it, add to it, especially. All you got to do is follow it, and then you can add songs. Like, for example, if I go here.
You're not sure. Are you intending to share your screen? Oh, no?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
So it was really good that you showed up, because maybe I would have forgotten the whole time. And it would have just been me just talking. Yes, so I was just showing the Agile Ventures. Can you see this, by the way?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, great. I'm so glad you showed up. So yeah, to kind of promote the Agile Ventures playlist a little bit, I was going to play some. Hopefully YouTube won't scream at me for doing so. And then all you got to do is follow it, and then you go to an artist, and you could just click here, add to playlist, and Agile Ventures. So that's just if anyone else does it. I know you already know how to do that, Faith. So yeah, the plan is to add some guidance to specifically to this ticket for Lucy. This is a real simple ticket, but I'm just gonna kind of go through it and get some of this done here. So I'm just gonna walk through these steps right here. And so that'll get the ticket moved over automatically, thanks to the waffle bot, over to here in progress. And then I'll start coding on it. And before I do that, I'm also going to upgrade the change my version of NVM, of Node, I mean, because I have NVM installed as of the other day, but I don't have a version yet. And this is a newer computer, that's why. So that's the plan. Do you want to test out, or do you have anything to add, Faith?
Nope, not really. Oh yeah, maybe Spotify. You can click on anywhere. Right click on any of the song. Don't really need to click on the dots. That's the only
Really?
thing you can add. Yeah.
And then
Right clicking on, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for that tip. Let me just go like that. So yeah, do you want to test out how it sounds? Let me know if it sounds really loud or not. Is it loud yet?
That's fine.
Oh. Your life is just a choice, but I never to listen to the voice that told me all.
Too loud yet?
I think just don't play it.
So it's gonna get adjusted. Hang on one second.
Loud. Thing is,
so yeah, it is a little loud because I can barely hear you.
yes,
You
that's
can barely.
I wanted to say, if I crack a joke, you're not going to get it. That you're listening to the lyrics. Oh, so
Plus,
when you talked about music in my head, I thought it's just like classical, like no tunes,
Oh,
like minus lyrics. With the lyrics, it becomes impossible to hear me speak and listen to the music.
you think so?
Yeah, because
I do have.
instrumental would have
Mhm.
worked, but something with lyrics might not.
Well, I mean, I got one instrumental song right here,
Okay.
and it's like 9 minutes, 13 minutes long, 14 minutes long. Now, the only problem is that I guess we would have to add some because I do want to promote the Agile Mixers playlist.
Okay.
Something else that I'm worried about though is like, can you hear me talk?
Yes, I can hear you talk.
Hmm. But if I turn it up too loud, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's harder if I turn it up.
Yeah, because you have to shout.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I have to, because the music is loud and I can barely hear you. Um, so how about like that?
That's fine.
Okay. So yeah, and I know that you are, you got the project,
Yeah.
um, and so it'd be really great if you remember how I told you in one of our F2F sessions that um, helping documentation is a really easy way um, to help contribute right away to a project.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, this is one that we've had for a while and none of us can make time to get it done. And so you have a Mac, I have a Mac, Joseph has a Mac, and I think through us and through Matt and Lucy, who have a Linux, I think Euclides has a Windows. Euclides is another contributor to this project.
Okay.
Um, and we can get it done. But maybe with the energy of the newer people, we can get it done faster.
Okay.
Um, so I think I will
So
actually,
this is the same ticket you're saying it's Lucy's.
no,
Okay. You
no,
mentioned Lucy at the beginning.
yeah, and that's this one over here, 85. By the way,
Oh,
let me
okay.
give you a link to the board just in case you want it. So, and I think I added you as,
Yeah, you did.
okay, so there you go. Now, so head back here. And so first I need to do that AVM thing because I'm getting like issues here. And so this, let's see here. Let me close that. Right, oh, sorry, let me see. If I go here, this is because I have version 10.10 of Node, and it's given me all these issues when I did npm install. So
Okay.
yeah, so what I'm gonna do is we use version 8.9.4 on this project, which is right here. So now that I have NVM installed, I'm going to let's see here. You can do Control W, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
To do it?
So like if I had this by accident, I can do Control W.
I use, oh, okay. So Control, where was your cursor before you did Control W?
It was at the very end. So watch, I'll show you like this. So I accidentally added this, which I did not want to add. I thought I was adding 8.9.4. Right? I thought I was adding this actually.
Okay.
And if I had done this, if I have all these words, is what they are, technically. When you do Control W, it takes them, it deletes them one at a time.
Oh, interesting. So I only knew Control U.
Control U?
Yeah, that clears everything.
Oh, see, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
So let me try that. Oh, that's nice. Cool. I taught you one and you taught me one. So, yeah, I'm gonna, NVM. And I copy that. And actually, we need to do V, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that should work. Great, so now NVM. Yep. So now what I'm gonna do is head over here. I'm gonna revert these changes from when I had node 10.10 and see what I did is I followed the instructions I ran.
Okay.
It's when I ran this right here that it created all these changes on the shrink wrap JSON file. And so I'm just going to revert all these changes. And I think I'll actually, let's see, I'm right there.
So how is this different from package.json?
I'm sorry, how's it different from?
Packet.json.
Yeah, so this one is, let me show you right here in assets. Sorry, I closed it. This is what I'm not such a fan of this material theme, is that you can't really tell if the folder is open or closed.
Closed.
Yeah, see right now it's open because it's highlighted, and like these are closed. And I thought I was opening it, but I actually was closing it. So this is a file here. We have package.json, and we have package.lock. The difference is because this one is supposed to override package.lock and package.json.
Okay.
And it's supposed to, like, how you have like shrink wrap software, or at least you used to, where when you buy buy a piece of software,
Yeah.
and there's shrink wrap around it, and so it's in a like pristine state, and that's kind of what it's referring to. So let's see if this works. Let me see. I'm just gonna run everything again. Like if I just cloned it with this command.
Okay.
I'm seeing this right here. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about this. Excuse me. So the next is mix like ecto create and migrate. Great. And so this is where I created the changes. But I guess before I do that, let me double check the version of Node. And so that's not what I want. Okay, so now, and let me just double check that. Okay. And by the way, all that is in the assets folder. It's not in the Championer 1 folder.
Okay.
In Phoenix, they're put in assets, which is a little different than most projects in like other frameworks. So I just run that, and hopefully that won't change. The shrink wrapper file. So I think
What are you looking for?
well, it created a lot here, and okay, yeah, we've seen this error a bit, and usually we can fix it. So that is part of this over here, which if I have time, I'll get to it. These are docs for like enabling, anyone to do a PR review.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just me, holding everyone up. And so usually what we end up doing is this. So now there's one thing though I'm kind of worried about. I think NPM version is 5.6. Yeah. So we actually want version 6.1. So that's what I forgot. So I forgot the install. Or the I, like we were talking about. And I think on Mac, sometimes you need the quotes, but I'll take them off just in case. So I'm just gonna run, let's see, just this all by itself again. Now with the new version of NPM. Okay, so we might modify the instructions for, so I'm gonna add an issue.
I just kicked out the floor light, but the spotlight operator shining shame on all my chosen words and my parading. I can see him start to smear. Got me down to figure. Got me down
So what this does, Faith, if you're still there, is that it removes the contents of the node modules folder. Kind of, you know how like yesterday in the React folder, in the React mob, I just deleted the node modules.
Yeah.
And then when we ran npmi, it just reinstalled it.
Yep.
So npm CI is similar, very similar to that, in that it removes everything from within the node modules folder. It still leaves it, but it removes everything and then it reinstalls it so that all the dependencies within each other sort of align correctly.
Okay.
And so now if you look at this is much cleaner, right? This is no error messages.
Yeah.
And so it's good to go. So if you wanted to, that could be a ticket you could work on. Let me
assign me.
Well, I'll let you assign yourself.
Okay.
I'll put it right here. And if you just work through the instructions here.
Okay.
So I think starting, yes, starting right here. So obviously you would change this to something else right here. It would be 90. Yeah, sorry. No, it would be 90.
Yeah.
And okay. So if you want to, that's something you could do there in the background. I'll leave it up to you. Or you could just watch and listen to music. Is the music okay so far?
Yeah.
Or crazy? Or is the music crazy?
It's not my kind of music, but it's fine.
It's not crazy. Okay, so back to this.
You took some time to come to mind. I must admit I was alright, but there you were, right there you were. I can't shake you from inside. I can't shake you from inside. 1,000 years could pass us by. I must admit I'd still be lost, I'd still be broken. There you were, right there you were. I can't shake you from my mind. I can't shake you from my mind. I'm crazy for your love, crazy for your love, so crazy for your love. I'm crazy for attention, crazy for the fun, so crazy baby, I can take you like a took some time to figure out. I must admit I made it hard, but there you were, right there you were. I can't bear this battleground. I can't bear this battleground. 2,000 years could pass us by. I will admit I'd still be lost, I'd still be broken. There you were, right there you were. My confidant, my sweet-eyed light.
Okay, so that worked out nicely for me because if we look at the NPM shrink wrap, it is not altered like it was before. So it will be important to add the instructions for MVM here for people to use it so that they won't get that same error message, that altering of the shrink wrap file. Okay. So I think instead of working on this right now, I'm gonna add the guidance for this one, this ticket for Lucy. Joseph said he was gonna work on the initial part of this one, so maybe he still will. We'll see. But I think a bunch of us are gonna try to work on it. Because, you know, as it has turned out, at least for me, it'd be nice to just run a couple commands and get everything up and going right away on if you have to switch computers or if you're new to the project. Overall, it is fairly easy, but if we can make it even easier, that would be better to help people get started. So I'll start working on this.
Shining like a world of hanging on a wall of stars. Are you what I think you are? You're my satellite. You're riding with me tonight. Passenger side, light in the sky. Always not the star that I find. You're my satellite. Elevator to the whistle and a favorite tune. Try to get closer. You're my satellite. You're riding with me tonight. Passenger side, light in the sky. Always the first star that I find. You're my satellite. Maybe you alone always be just a little of green. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody waiting? Getting sick of your surroundings. All you want is some attention. You can tell the truth. You can tell the lie. Say anything you want to say. But we all just lost in time. There's a reason not to change. Stay the same, become a new thing. Walk backward, step beyond. Never forget where we come from. You can tell the truth. You can tell the lie. And the rest what anyone says. But we'll be alright. Lost weekend, another vacation, straight out of suburbia, straight out of the basement. Another lost weekend, another vacation, straight out of suburbia, straight out of suburbia. Straight out of the dressing room, wearing my new clothes, fall down, thinking about you. Straight out of the dressing room, wearing my new clothes, fall down, thinking about you. Straight out of the basement, straight out of the basement. Straight out of the basement, straight out of the basement. off weekend. Need another vacation. Straight out of suburbia. Straight out of the basement. Had another off weekend. Need another vacation. Straight out of suburbia. Straight out of suburbia. Straight out of suburbia. Straight out of suburbia. Rose of rising, all bearing down on me. I could feel them, your hands touching me. All these things are keep position. All these things are wondrous small. And the strain I am which I as the platform, I can feel that, can see its feelings, all these things into position, all these things.
You still there, Faith? You didn't fall asleep, Faith?
Okay. I need to set to add.
You're what?
I'm looking at this. I'm sharing my screen. For this part.
Oh, right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have done
There's
this.
another way to do that, which you've probably seen, is instead of set upstream, it's just -u. But oh, okay. Let me see here. Yeah, could you go back to your terminal? Did you? Does not appear to be a Git repository. Upstream. Oh, it's because you're missing the actual repo. So this would be origin. So you're missing between set upstream and the 91. You're missing the word origin. So if you like, yeah, if you go back, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that should work. And sometimes, like,
Is that
Brent,
missing?
yeah, right there. Brent
Like,
had an issue once using setup stream. It was giving him an error message for some reason.
wait, what should I do?
Oh yeah, just type in origin right there. Yeah, and that's that repo when you did git remote -v. Yeah, you see, you missed it.
Okay. All right.
So what does the terminal say to you?
It's fine.
Great, yeah, so that worked. So now if you go back to the waffle board, or I can show you in the waffle board, what that did is, hang on, let me reload it.
Oh, I used 91.
Yes. Yeah, I was confused there, yeah. So that's real easy. You can just delete that branch.
Okay.
So what I was going to show you, if you had used 90, it would have moved this ticket over here automatically.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a really easy fix. You can just delete the branch and go back to,
Using capital dash D and
yeah, D,
and
yeah.
what's the difference?
Oh, the difference between,
Using dash capital D and small d when you're deleting.
so I'm not even sure what small d does. We could look it up if you want. But yeah, it's usually capital D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take life, do you know what you give?
So it's after you run the setup stream command.
By the merciless eyes of the sea, I've seen angels fall from clouds.
Did you catch that?
What?
You still need to do the setup stream. Get that one right there. Git push setup stream command.
Oh, okay, but
Yeah,
okay.
that one. Yeah.
I've not even committed my changes, or I don't need to.
You actually don't need to.
Okay.
Don't forget, you need to change it to 90.
Thanks.
Yeah, so I think that worked. Let's see. Yeah, that worked. You see it?
Yeah.
And the reason you do it just right away is because we want to know if you're working on it, right away. We don't want you to wait till you've been working on it a day and you didn't tell anybody, and then someone else also worked on it,
Okay.
So I think you know what to do right there, right? It's an easy one.
I've done that. Yep.
So now that I got the that guidance done and I got that issue fixed with MVM, now I can do PR reviews again on this computer. And so that's what I just started to do with number 70. And it looks like you just submitted a review, right? A PR?
Yes. Yep.
That's great. So I can actually, you're probably more interested that I do a PR review of your ticket than Matt's, right? So since you did that so fast, and I just barely got started on Matt's ticket, let me do that on yours instead. So this is how I would do it. So the instructions are right here. So I would go to, I would just use all these commands here.
Okay.
And let me set this. So I see that there's a new branch right there, 90. Then I will do check out that branch. And I could just type in 90 and then do a tab for some reason I can't.
Did you command C when you highlighted my branch?
Yes.
Oh, so you don't have to do that.
Why?
You just have to like highlight it and it copies automatically. That's how that happens to me. I don't know about you, Tammy,
Yes, I know. I used to have that. I don't know if I have that here. Let me see. No, I don't think so. Oh, I should have used Control W. Yeah, I used to have that. I guess it was on iTerm on my other computer.
Oh
And
yeah,
then,
true.
and then when I used Vim on another computer I had it set up like that. That if you just, yeah, like what you're saying, if you just highlight it, it'll copy it. Yeah. So, and then for some reason, I can't do the auto tab complete here. But that's okay. I'll just do this for now. So that new branch. So let me close everything here. And actually, I like to reload everything when I do that, or refresh everything when I switch branches.
What does that do?
Well,
Refreshing?
yeah, sometimes they don't show up the changes from to the new branch, at least on Visual Studio Code.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have autosave, so it means I don't really need to refresh, right?
What is it that you have? Auto what?
Autosave. Everything gets saved automatically.
Uh-huh.
Do I need to reload it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hopefully not. Okay, so I'm gonna do a git pull. And this is just because I don't really need to do a git pull right now because it just pulled down the latest changes. But for example, if I was starting to do a review and then I got distracted and did something else, and in the meantime you pushed up some even more changes, this would just give me the latest.
Okay.
Yeah, so git pull. So that shouldn't do anything. Already up to date. And so now, in case you added like a new npm package, I cd into assets and do an npm audit. Hopefully this will say 0. But yep. So that's good. And we only have this on version 6.1.0 of npm or above. That's why it's important to have that. And I'm talking about npm audit. So now I'm going to remove everything from node modules like I did before and rerun the audit. So that's good. I'm gonna move back into this folder and pull down the deps, which are like gems in Rails, the dependencies. Let me use Control U. Okay, that looks good.
So that also tells you what depths I've added.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you added any, it would show up right here. But it's all the same ones.
Okay.
So now I'm going to do the migrate, which is just like in Rails, and mix Credo at the same time, which will tell me it's kind of like a linter, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for Elixir. So if you made any weird code changes, this will tell me. Found no issues, and this is what mix Ecto Migrate gave me already up to date, already up. So that's good. And then finally, this is 3 commands here. This is where I run the test. So this is going to run Chrome driver, send it to the background with that 1 ampersand. That's what that does. Then it's going to run the test, and then it's going to stop Chrome driver.
Okay.
Because if I send it to the background, it won't show up right here. Like I could start it in a new terminal. So I could do this. And so it started right there, right? But then I can't do anything else. And I could leave it here in the background, but that's not as fast. So I'm just going to kill this terminal, and I may have to run this command all by itself. So
Was that
this is
double?
what's that?
Were you double checking?
Yes,
Okay.
the Chrome driver. And I think it did have to close it. Maybe not actually, since I closed the terminal. So yeah. So it's going to start up the Chrome driver. It's going to send it to the background with that 1 ampersand. It's going to run the test. We'll see them pop up. And once it's done, it'll kill Chrome driver. Starting.
Money and a TV, sidekicks who never been to my brain. Not the breastfeeding, I know you must be upset. Can't find meaning. I'm sorry, we're sorry, but I'm scared. I'm scared. Is anybody home? Is anybody wasting tears on loneliness that everyone?
Federico, do you have the option of not running this test and trusting the checks that might have passed on somebody's PR?
Not running the test. You mean not running the test at all?
Yes, and then just like if you check somebody's PR and you see that all the checks are passing, do you have the option of skipping this step? Like, yeah, do you have that option of skipping it?
Yes, I could skip this. I could not do this.
So it won't, like, nothing will happen. So are you saying this is unnecessary work if all checks are passing?
Well, see, normally what happens if we go back to your PR, remember before it was in yellow?
Yeah.
Let me show you. Yeah, right here under it was in yellow.
Yeah.
That was because, let me just show you quickly. Let me just go over here to the PR. So it passed the CI checks right here. Before it was in yellow, now it's in green.
Yeah.
And so this is doing what I'm doing there in the background with when I ran that test. Yeah, both of these. I mean, we could look at one of these quickly. So I mean, obviously all the tests passed because it's green.
Yeah.
Right there, 38 tests passed. And this is Cradle. We also run Cradle here. And no issues found. Yeah. So we could do that and see, actually, this is why it kind of helps to run locally. Now I think this is just a timeout issue. Yeah, timeout. So I could just rerun this test. Maybe it was just a timeout issue. So right here, right after makes test, I'm gonna add the path name. By the way, is this a song that you added, Faith? No, Sam added that one. Because I know I didn't add this song. I've added like 90% of the songs. No, I hadn't added this one.
It's Adventure / Federico's playlist.
Yes, it is. There's a little bit of Faith and a little bit of Sam. And like one song that's Michael's. Like at the very, oh, no, man, I'm sorry, Matt too. Matt's added a bunch of songs too.
Oh yeah. Ryder. I thought Ryder had.
No, I don't think Ryder.
Yeah, that Ryder.
Matt added this one, even though it says Tansaku, but he added it in that channel, which was the jukebox, I think. Yeah. So, sorry, Michael added this one, and he used this command here. So that's how you add a song.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. So it's a different way to do it. Yeah. So I could add a quick song, right? Add. Do you know the name of a song?
Ruby.
Ruby?
Yeah. So unless it's not in.
Is it this one? Probably not, right?
No.
Let's find out. Let's see. So it added it over here. It should have.
That's a Swahili song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an American band.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's any good. But you see how it says Sansaku?
Why?
It's because it's under his. He's connected the account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I'm gonna rerun that test. Oops. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that passed. It was just a timeout thing. And then so finally, I'm gonna run the server. local server. And so this is 2 commands here. And this is kind of a trick. First, I open it, the localhost port 4000, and then I start the server. And by the time it loads up, it'll reload the server, the page. Because otherwise, if I just run Mix Phoenix server first, it's kind of like Chrome driver. It'll block the terminal. So I'll just show you. So this will open it, and this will start the server. So see, it didn't load right away, right? But it's starting up the server in the background, and it reloads it automatically. And see, this is blocking right here. I'll have to do Control-C twice or Control \. But so this would be just to make sure that nothing is broken, that it actually runs the app. And if you actually change something so that I could look at it, if you actually change something on the website, on the app, so I could look at it.
Oh, okay.
And so nothing is broken. You actually just change documentation. So I'll just do Control \, and that'll stop it. Control \. Is a shortcut for Phoenix server, closing the Phoenix server. So that all checks out. So now, finally, the final step is to actually look at the files changed. So this is your PR, by the way. And I see that you just changed that. That's perfect. It's good. So then, like if I go back here, and you see that we require 1 review to be done by someone else.
Okay.
So I'm doing that right now. So yeah. Oh, okay, so you requested the review. Yeah, so I'll just add my review. Oh, that's why it's showing me this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise it would just show like a green button right here. I think we have a picture of that. Yeah. Actually, we don't.
Maybe. So if we don't, then it means a review with anyone who comments on my PR will be regarded as a reviewer.
No.
Okay.
There would just be someone commenting on it. Yeah, so they actually have to click on a button that is, I'll show you like Matt's real quickly.
Okay.
You see how it says add your review right there?
Yeah, I see it.
So on yours,
I thought I have it as well. Oh.
it says show all reviewers.
Okay.
So see, you could come in here and review Matt's ticket if you wanted to. If you felt confident, you know how to do all the steps. And yeah, so normally, like if I click on add your review, it'll actually take me to the files changed. So let me do that with yours. I'll just go to add my review. And you see how it took me over here to files changed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I see that right there. If I wanted to, I could add a comment here. Say like, this is exactly what I requested. CI removes the contents of the
No. What?
I didn't want to say all that.
No, I'm seeing it. Not just uninstall to improve the dependency. That's fine.
Yep.
I was looking at. I've just said what because of Matt's PR. It has 90 files.
Oh, really?
I haven't scrolled down, but I just
Oh,
it
yes.
gives you that vibes of okay, I'll look at this later.
You know why though? I think this is. Oh yeah, no, this is. Yes, he did this.
Binary.
Yeah, so maybe you don't want to do that. Yeah, I thought you were saying what to this, what I was writing.
No.
And actually, so I was just gonna add a single comment, and it'll just add it right here under it. But since I haven't really, I'll just do a start review.
Yeah.
And so I'll do that. And so what's nice about this is it connects it to this code right here. Like if I go back to the conversation. So this is your like the URL for your PR. It'll show that right there as like a comment. And I'm referring to this line right there. And so if there's several code changes, like on Matt's, you know, we could come in here and like say like, let's see, like right here. So I just do a plus and, you know, I say, what is all this about?
That's you shouting, right?
Yes. And then I could add that single comment right there.
Mm-hmm.
And it would just add it to, it would just, like over here on yours, where it's just showing this comment right there, this line of code right there, it would do the same, and it would just show this line of code instead of all of these lines.
Yeah.
But I'll cancel that because that's pretty rude.
I know. Unless he was here.
No, I was just making that up though. And so yeah, so now I'll just finish. So I'll just go back here. And instead of just adding a comment, I'm going to approve it. So this is important because this will unlock it to be able to be merged now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll just say faith.
have earned the trust.
Yes, there you go. And so now everything is green here. Changes approved.
Okay.
This branch has no conflicts. And so I just like to do, I don't like to modify this. I don't like to squash and merge, rebase and merge. I just like to do merge twice. I mean, push the green button twice. So that'll add that note. And I did forget to tell you something. So if we go back to here,
Oh,
so let's add this. So I would have suggested maybe that you add that line in here. So, and I wonder if, so it looks like I can add it.
I think.
So I'm just gonna add that there, and you could have done that yourself too. And I think you know what that means, right?
Yeah, so it's going to close that.
Yes, and it's gonna move it into the done folder.
So there's the link this PR to an issue. Wouldn't that do the same thing? I added.
So this, if you don't have the fixes or resolves, like either, I prefer that it be like right here in the first comment. That some people put it up here, like in the title, and I think it looks better just in the comment.
Okay, so I'm talking about the down after the merge pull request button.
Mm-hmm.
There's something down there.
Yeah.
So this pull request is connected to. Oh, I'm the only person who can see it. You can see my screen.
Let me see.
He was asking if like this does what's the job of this other than letting somebody know that this is connected to this? Does it do any automated process?
I think so. I think for the, like when we do the fixes, this what it did was it moved it to the backlog to the in progress. Where was that? And you see how they're, and actually let's see here.
The in progress was not achieved by me setting up the upstream git push.
Yes, it was. And so I'm seeing something here right now that okay, yeah, so 91 is the name of the PR because it came immediately after the issue. What happens is the issues and the PRs, they're sort of mixed together in terms of the numbers.
Okay.
They don't, there's not like a list of numbers of PRs and a separate list of issues. They're kind of together. And so, yeah, but I think it is tied together still, like it says right there. Yeah, number 90. Yeah, it says 90 down there. Yep. So, I mean, I think everything is fine. Yeah, except for, yeah, so I'm going to update this here. And then when I merge it, when I do this confirm merge, that should move it. So that is everything. Let me see over here. Okay, yeah, it looks like it did it. You see that?
Yeah.
90 is the issue, 91 is the PR. And that is done. So if we go back here, oh, this is because I'm on this branch. There you go. Perfect. Now everyone knows how to do that now. And I'm glad we discovered that, because I don't think I would have noticed it right away. And it's because I am, having to work on a new computer, which is great, I guess. Not really. I don't know. But I don't think I would have discovered that. But thanks for helping me discover that, and for putting in that ticket. That's really great.
My pleasure.
Yes, that's awesome. So I think we did quite a bit there. I accomplished everything I wanted to. I got my environment ready so that I can do mainly PR reviews, especially so that I can get things restarted here. Added the guidance for Lucy, so that's good to go here. Oops. And this is more important. This is more important, so it's at the top. And let me just add some labels. Yeah, these are some of the custom labels that I added, so that you guys can find them. Good first issue, help wanted. And yeah, so that's good to go there. And on top of that, we got to show you the workflow process. You did excellent. The ticket obviously wasn't very hard, but I think the hardest part is getting started on a project. And so you did that perfectly. So I think I'm gonna wrap up for today, unless you want to listen to more music. I could leave it on for you. I'll go do other stuff. You can just listen to the.
Can't hear you. Sorry?
I said I could just leave this on and you could just listen through Google Hangouts. Or
No,
you could. Or you have Spotify and you could do that.
That's fine. Thank you.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna wrap up. Faith,
You're breaking.
Let me turn off Spotify. What I was saying is that I'm gonna wrap up. Thanks so much for joining me. It was fun. Thanks for getting started on the project. Okay.
You're breaking. But I guess that's a parting shot.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much. And enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too.
Bye.
Bye, Faith.